What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Tasker's Barbecue Supply. I'm Steven, and today we're going to be teaching you how to cook the perfect turkey. So, it's getting close to Thanksgiving, and you're thinking about doing a turkey on your smoker or your grill to feed all your family and friends. We got you covered. Now, as some of you know, we already have a video out showing you how to smoke a full turkey that has been stuffed and brined. We'll link that right here. But for some people, that can be a little overwhelming. A lot of people don't have the capacity to brine a full turkey or have the time. As well as stuffing the turkey, that can make it cook a little bit longer. So we're going to show you a very simple method that is going to speed up the cooking time and make it a whole lot more simple process. Alright, before we get into the video, make sure if you haven't already, drop down here, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. We thank everyone who's been helping our channel grow, and we hope we continue. Now, let's get rolling into the video. Okay, so this is going to be a very simple process. For the first step, the only thing you're going to need is 2 good knives. And the only thing you're going to need is a knife, any chef's knife will do, just a large knife that you can get some leverage on, and then some type of a small boning knife or fillet knife just to do any touch-ups that you need. Pair of gloves, and obviously a turkey. So this is a Butterball frozen turkey. No injection done, no brine done. This is right out of the package. The only thing I have done so far was thawed it out, taken it out of the package, rinsed it off with some cold water, gotten all the unwanteds out of the inside, and just made sure that there was no quills or anything sticking out of it still. Rinse it down, it's good to go. Like I said, this is a Butterball. This is about a 12-pound turkey, so it's not a very big one. We don't need a huge one. Obviously, you can do this method with any size turkey. The bigger the turkey, the longer the cook time is going to be. So I went with about a 12-pounder. I do not get mine with the little temperature probe that pops out. I don't even know if that's still a thing. I don't like those because they're not accurate. Don't ever go by those, please. Even if you get one with that, always double check your temperatures. Minimum 165 degrees in all the meat. I usually like to go shoot for at least 170, 172 in the turkey, just so I know everything's good and done, because the turkey is a pretty large chunk of meat. You want to make sure you have it done all the way through. So, aside from that, that's pretty much all we've done, just taken it out of the package and washed it down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to prep this turkey. And aside from what I did in my last video, you saw me do a brine, which takes overnight. We're not going to brine this turkey, but we're going to set it over here, and I just have a big disposable cutting board. Drain some of the water off of that. Any big disposable cutting board will work, or a normal size cutting board, or if you have a countertop that can be sanitized and is not going to be damaged by being cut. So, again, like I said, I took everything out of the inside so far. The biggest thing we're going to do now is we're going to flip this turkey over. You want to have the spine and the neck upward. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the spatchcock method. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut down either side of this spine, and we're actually going to remove the spine section and open this turkey up and lay it flat. That's going to speed up our cook time and make it a little bit more even too. So basically all I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a cut down both sides here and here to remove this spine section. Alright, so it was a little bit of a struggle. We got the spine out. Turkeys are the hardest thing to do a spatchcock on because the bones are a lot bigger than they are on a standard chicken. So we got the spine out. All we've done is flip this over, and now what you're going to do is you're going to pull the legs and thighs out to the side. That gets a lot more contact area on the grill for them. And just lay the breast straight down like this. And this is basically how it's going to cook. That gives us a lot more even cook because you have a lot more surface area on the grill and you have a lot more surface area up high. You know, on a turkey, when you standardly cook it, your thighs and the legs are kind of like tucked in. This gets everything some nice open surface area to get good heat, good smoke, and some good flavor. So now that we have this ready to go, what we're going to do next is we're going to show you what we do instead of brining this turkey. All right, so for the next part, instead of brining, what we're going to do is we're just going to inject this turkey. Now today I have some of Butcher Barbecue's grilling oil. This is a great injection for turkey. I use it to honestly put in with our pans when we do chicken. When we do chicken thighs or chicken legs for competition, we always use the Butcher Barbecue butter flavored grilling oil in the bottom, and it works really, really well. You can also use this to brush on top of chicken and turkey. This is their new garlic flavor, and that's going to go really well with this turkey. Now they do have some other flavors. They just have the standard butter flavor. They have a honey flavor, and I believe they have a chipotle flavor too. So you can kind of pick and choose which flavors you want to add inside this turkey. But I thought the garlic might be a pretty good addition to this. So all we're going to do is I've got this shaken up here now. We're just going to fill up this glass. Now, I have a little bit left, probably a quarter of a bottle. You want to save a little bit behind. I'm going to show you a little trick here later. So we're going to set that off to the side. We've got our glass with our grilling oil. Now what we're going to do is just inject this turkey all over. Mostly where we want to make sure we hit is a lot in the breasts, the thighs, and the legs. The wings aren't going to take much, and you don't have to go super heavy with this, but it's going to add a really nice flavor on the inside of this turkey. So again, what we're going to do is we're definitely going to shoot for the breasts here. And you'll see, it might be hard to see, but it's just puffing up. The farther we pump, the farther it pumps down through this breast here. This grilling oil will actually get into this meat and go through these fibers really well. That's what I like about it. Now we want to make sure we get some down into our thighs. And into our legs. All right, and we'll finish off our injection with getting a little bit into the wings here. You don't need a ton because these wings aren't huge. But they'll take some injection. Just like that. And then we'll just finish off what we have left by going back in here and injecting a little bit more into this breast. Obviously, that's our biggest chunk of meat. That's what's going to take the most injection anyway. So we'll just finish it off in there. So now what we're going to do, we have our injection done. At this point, I'm just going to take a little bit of this injection that has come out, and I'm just going to kind of spread it over the turkey, just trying to get all the skin covered. That grilling oil is going to help us create a nice color on this skin, as well as help it crisp a little bit. Now, with any poultry that you do in a smoker, the lower the temperature, the more chewy and gummy the skin is going to be. So if you really want to have a nice crispy skin, I suggest smoking this turkey for maybe half hour, 45 minutes on a nice smoke setting of 225 or 250, and then cranking the heat way up to around 300, even 350, and finishing it off. You have a really nice crispy skin. Now, the only downfall to doing it that way is you may run across the fact that some of your meat gets done before the other because your temperatures are kind of high. It's just kind of one of those deals that you have to take the good with the bad. If you want the crispy skin, you got to kind of turn your temperatures up. That is going to make things cook a little bit differently. Now, if you're not super worried about the crispy skin like I am, I'm going to run mine at 250 today. Two reasons. One, that's going to get us a really good smoke flavor, and that's what I like. I like the meat to have a really nice smoky flavor to it. The other reason is we are doing some practicing today for competition. We have a big competition coming up soon. So we have some ribs out there we're doing some practice with, and I run my ribs at 250. So I don't want to turn the grill up and screw up my timeline for that. So I'm just going to leave it where it's at for right now. So I've rubbed this all down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to grab my seasoning and we'll get some seasoning on this turkey. All right, now it's time to season this bird. What we're going to be using today is The Works from Unts. You've seen us been using this a lot. It's a really, really good seasoning. It's got a little bit of sweet, tiny little bit of heat. It's not hot, just got enough in there to balance it, and it's got a really nice savory note. It really works well on so many things. I really like it on chicken. We've been using it on our chicken in competition, and it's been hitting really well. So I have a good feeling about it on this. And it's not too sweet that it's going to be off-putting with that garlic flavor. I think because of the savory notes in this, it's going to go with it really well. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and throw a glove over my bottle. It makes it a lot easier when you have to use both hands, that you're not getting stuff all over your seasoning shaker, and you can clean it up nice and easy just by ripping the glove off. So, pro tip there, if you're ever doing this and you're by yourself and you need both hands and you got gloves on and you're working with stuff and you're touching your bottle, then you got to sanitize your bottle. You got to worry about contamination, all that kind of stuff with the glove. Now, once I touch this bird and I grab a hold of my glove, all I have to do is peel that glove off. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and flip this bird over so we can get the backside seasoned first. I'm just going to kind of lay this open here, just kind of the same way it's going to be cooking. We can get good seasoning on everything back here. All right, now we'll go ahead and flip this thing back over. Spread our legs out here. And that's pretty much how it's going to sit on the grill. It's just like that. So let's go ahead and get our seasoning on here now. All right, that's pretty much it. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing in a pan so it's easier to carry outside. Once we get outside, we will be throwing this on our Rectech Bull today, running 250 degrees with some Jealous Devil Jack's pellets. So let me get this bundled up and we'll meet you outside. All right, guys, we have our bottle of Unts over here ready to go. Let's go ahead and get the grill opened up here. You can see we got a rack of ribs in there doing fantastic. Let's go ahead and get this turkey in here. We're just going to lay that out. Flop our legs open like this. Kind of tuck our wings up tight. You can see some of that seasoning has come off. It's okay, not a big deal. We'll just go ahead and hit it real quick here with some Unts. Get that puppy nice and seasoned up. There we go. That looks fantastic. So, what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and get this grill shut. Now, we're just going to let that thing ride. I would imagine this is going to take roughly in the 3 to 4 hour range, if I had to guess. but we'll just continue to monitor our temperatures and bring you guys along the way when we do anything else to it. So until then, we'll be back. All right, everyone, it's been about 2 hours since we put this turkey on. Let's open up the grill, and it looks fantastic. We have a nice golden brown color starting on it. So now what I'm gonna do is, remember I told you to save some of that grilling oil. I have the rest of that grilling oil here, and I mixed some of our seasoning in with it, just some of the works in with it. That gives a little bit of a savory flavor with that garlic butter. And this grilling oil, we're just gonna smear this on the skin. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna help crisp that skin up really nice. It's gonna give us some more flavor. And it's gonna keep the meat nice and moist, trying to keep it from drying out as much. But that grilling oil is really gonna help with the texture of this skin. And this is the only thing we've done to this turkey so far. Other than that, we've just let it ride. Temperatures are coming along pretty nicely. We've still got a little ways to go, but they're coming along really nice. The color on this thing looks amazing. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all we have to do. Now we're gonna go ahead and close the grill back up. We're gonna keep letting this thing ride, and we're gonna see roughly how long it takes. I'm gonna say we're probably gonna need at least about another hour, maybe hour and a half. What's up, guys? We're back. It's been about 3 hours and 45 minutes since we put this turkey on. It is done and ready to go. I knew it would fall right about that between 3 and 4 hour mark. As we start watching temperatures, I figured right about 3.5 hours. We ended up taking about 3 hours, 45 minutes, but that's okay. Now, about 45 minutes ago, we did go ahead and crank the grill up to 300 degrees because I already take my ribs off, so I could go ahead and crank the temp up. So if we maintained at 250, we'd probably be looking about 4 hours. But we went ahead and bumped it up to 300. That helped that skin crisp up a little bit and helped us push through in our temperatures. Our dark meat has been up to temp for quite a while, which is normal. Your dark meat's always gonna get there quicker. The breast is now fully cooked and ready to go. So let's open the grill and show you what it looks like. As you can see, we have a nice dark brown color on this thing. It looks fantastic. We have our new Chef's Temp Final Touch X10 here. We're gonna go ahead and take our temperatures. We're at 172 in the breast, 173, 172.9, and then our dark meat is at 192 and 202. So like I said, the dark meat's been done for quite a while, which is common. That's going to happen when you're cooking a big turkey like this. The dark meat's always going to get down a little bit quicker. But it is ready to go now, so we're going to go ahead and get this pulled off. I'm just going to throw it in the pan, take it inside, and we'll start cutting everything up and give you guys a showing what it looks like on the inside. So for the time being, let me grab this turkey and I'll meet you inside. Well, everyone, our turkey is done and ready to be sliced and served. As you can see, this method is super simple. Basically, all you have to do is cut out the spine, spatchcock this turkey down, lay it out flat. I threw some injection in it. Obviously, that's optional. You don't have to. If you don't, I would at least put some butter underneath the skin, anywhere you can fit it, to give it some more moisture inside the meat, especially in the breast. But obviously, that is optional. We threw some seasoning on it, threw it on our grill at 250 degrees. It smoked for about 3 hours at 250, and then we bumped up the temperature to 300 degrees for about the last 45 minutes to give us a total cook time, 3 hours, 45 minutes. You can't get much more simple than that. If you've ever cooked a turkey for Thanksgiving, you know that normally it's a lot longer than that. And it's a very simple method. There's not a whole lot you have to do to this turkey. Obviously, we did brush some more of that grilling butter onto it as it cooked, but you don't have to. That's optional. You can make this as simple or high-tech as you want to. So, without further ado, let's slice this turkey open. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my heat gloves back on because this thing is still piping hot. And I probably should have grabbed some paper towels because I know it's probably going to leak everywhere, but that's all right. We can clean that up later. Okay, so first let's see. Skin doesn't feel too bad. It's actually pretty nice. It's nice and soft, so it's not like real rubbery. That's a good sign. I'm gonna go ahead and cut our dark meat off here. Set those off to the side. Let's go ahead and detach our wings. And that's another thing. This is a lot easier to break down too than a turkey when it's whole, because you can flip it over and get to everything you need to get to. Makes it a little bit easier to break it down. Break our wings off here. Oh yeah, there's already juice running everywhere. Break those wings off. Set those off to the side here. This is always a telltale here, is when you slice open the breast on how juicy it is. And I don't think we're going to have any problems there, because there is just juice running out of the breast on this. So I don't think we'll have any problems with that. Let's give it a taste test here. Super tender. I mean, that is just almost melt in your mouth. White meat is hard to get that tender on a turkey, and we hit it out of the ballpark. That is phenomenal. The flavor is great on this. That Unce Works just did so well with that garlic. There's a very, very mild hint of garlic, so it's not overbearing by any means. It's very, very subtle, but the flavors of this seasoning on this turkey are just out of this world. Let's put it off to the side here. I'm going to slice open a little bit of our dark meat here, so we can take a look at it. It may be hard to see on camera. We have a nice little smoke ring forming on the inside of our dark meat there. Obviously, plenty juicy. Just moisture just pouring out of it. Still piping hot too. Very good flavor. Now I will tell you, I'm getting a little bit more of the garlic flavor in that bite right there. Again, no means overpowering. It's just a very subtle background note of garlic, and it's really good. But man, nothing beats that seasoning. That is just downright amazing. If you've never tried Unce Works stuff yet, man, jump on our website. I'll drop it down here in the bottom. It's just www.untzzworks.com. Mike and the guys over there create all this stuff by hand. He really takes care of, making proper seasonings, proper sauces. He wants to know what the customer's feedback is, what our feedback as teams and professionals are. He really cares about his product a lot. And that goes to show when you start trying some of his products, it really shows. And, if you haven't tried it, jump over to his website or shoot him a message on Facebook. He can get you hooked up somehow. Let him know we sent you. Mike will get you hooked up somehow to try some of his seasoning, and it'll be a life changer. But until then, we're going to go ahead and slice the rest of this up. We're going to have some dinner. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope this gives you a nice demonstration on how easy it can be to cook your family's Thanksgiving turkey this year. You know, it's super simple to do. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll join us on the next video. Until then, remember, drop down there, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.